All right, so first play we're going to look at, 2nd and 2, one of the Patriots' first offensive plays.
What's going on, everybody? Mike Kadlick, Tayler Kyles here for CLNS Media, back with an emergency quick hitter edition of the Patriots Daily Podcast, powered by Prize Picks, powered by Game Time, and today powered by an Adam Schefter report where he said on NFL Live the other day that Abdul, the Penn State edge rusher, is shaping up to be a Cleveland Brown with the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft. So, obviously we're a couple months away still here, Taylor. Actually, just under a month away. I can't believe it's already under a month away. But the draft is now around the corner. There is a lot of smoke around the Tennessee Titans at 1 with quarterback Cam Ward. Adam Schefter, what he says is generally gospel, and it comes out of his mouth that Abdul could go number 2, leaving Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, and a bunch of other stuff to come after that. Now, if we also use what the New York Giants just did, and that is signing Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson, I think it's safe to assume that they'll probably lean Travis Hunter at number 3. Now, they could go Shedeur Sanders. We'll see what happens. Maybe they add another quarterback to that room, but let's just play the hypothetical game. Cam Ward goes 1, Abdul Carter goes 2, Travis Hunter goes 3. Both generational prospects are off the board. Patriots are at 4. Who are you taking? What are you doing with that pick?
I'm going Armand Membu. Now, I think it's a lot of people are defaulting to Will Campbell, and I understand why, right? He's played left tackle for multiple years in the SEC, had a ton of success, phenomenal athlete. The questions are obviously the arm length. I don't care what they measure in at. I think when you look at the tape, you can see why it is not necessarily a problem, but something that is going to affect the way he's able to play and how successful he can be at tackle in the NFL. And there's also the wingspan, right? So the wingspan is how wide you are. He doesn't take up that much size. He's a big guy, but he's just not particularly wide. So he's not long. He's not wide. By both metrics, he would be a pretty significant outlier for the position. As good as he can be, and I'm not saying he can't play there. I think the discourse has gone to a weird place where it was, okay, he probably can play left tackle, but he'd be best if he moved inside because of his marginal length and, again, breadth. But now it's starting to get to the point where people are acting like he shouldn't play tackle at all. I don't think that's the case. I think he can be a very good tackle, but I think to be great, you need to hit certain measurables, because if you're going up against the most physically talented edge rushers in the league and they've got all the tools in their bag and they're very smart, if you're just as smart as they are, now it just comes down to who did God gift better. And unfortunately, with Will Campbell, in those matchups, it's not going to be him. Armand Membu doesn't have perfect size either. He's shorter than you'd like for an offensive tackle. The guy's 330 pounds. He's about 20 pounds heavier than Will Campbell. He tested better at the combine. He's a phenomenal athlete as well, but doesn't have the same arm length concerns. And you can see it on tape from what I saw. And this was a 6-game sample size for each guy, so it's not gospel or anything like that. And also, Will Campbell's going up against the other team's best edge rusher, more so than what you're going to see from Armand Membu because he's on the right side. That said, I didn't see nearly as many quick or egregious losses on Membu's tape like I did with Campbell, where there were times where he would miss on his punch or be over-aggressive and then either end up on the ground or would get beat so cleanly that he wasn't able to even put himself in position to try to recover. Now, Armand Membu would be switching to the left side. But the way I see it, either way, if you are picking an offensive lineman at 4, you should get a tackle, because Leighton Robinson 100%. Can probably play guard. You don't really have your long-term answer at right tackle. Obviously, we don't know exactly how much they like Caden Wallace. But again, tackle is a more valuable position. If you want to kick Caden Wallace into guard, you can do that. Armand Membu, if you are picking a tackle that early, it should be the guy who at least shows the measurables of a tackle, and I think on tape shows that he's more than athletic enough to play on the left side.
There's so many different ways that this can go, and that's why draft season is so exciting. And with the idea that it's Ward and then it's Carter and then it's Hunter, that means another quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, is still on the board. So the first thing I'm doing is calling Tom Brady and saying, hey, do you want to come up from pick 6 to pick 4, trade up, and come get your guy in Shedeur Sanders? Now, after the Patriots is Jacksonville, so there's no real threat of them taking Sanders.
Somebody could trade up for Jacksonville.
Exactly. Somebody can trade up within those couple spots. Somebody could trade up. You could call, Tom and the guys out in Vegas and say, hey, somebody else is coming up for our pick. Do you want your guy Shedeur? So
just lie. Just lie to your old friend Tom.
Yeah, but whatever it is, although you're gonna miss out on those two generational guys, there is some leverage there with Shedeur Sanders still on the board. Now, his scouting reports, or his stock, if you will, sometimes has him as the second pick in the draft in Cleveland. Other times it has him falling into the back end of the first round, where he might have to, be
out of the first round. Albert Breer was like, he might not even be a first round pick, or he might be the first or second quarterback taken. I don't know.
100%. So you may have leverage there. You may not. If you can't trade out, I think I lean Will Campbell. I do. There was something about his comments yesterday at his pro day where it was like, I put four years of tape or 3 years of tape on here. Nobody questioned my arm length. And all of a sudden you take out a tape measure. Like, I think it's BS, and NFL teams don't care. It's all the non-NFL teams that care. Now,
I love him NFL teams, by the way. I adore Will Campbell as a player, as a person, all of that. I just don't love him as a left tackle the way I love him in literally every other area of his game and personality.
100%. And we just had Justin Mello of the Draft Network here on the pod. I don't know if this is going to drop before or after that, but regardless, we had the conversation of taking Campbell at 4 and trying him at tackle. Now, he was saying you can't draft him at 4 as a guard. If you think he's a tackle, you let him play tackle. And we've done this here on the show a couple times. But I just look at what he's done, the way he's played, the attitude he brings. I know he doesn't have the longest arms, and I get it, and I get the concern. I came into draft season, Taylor, being like, stop talking about the damn arm length. And by the time, basically, not that you convinced me, but we had the conversations about what you have to do on the edge and how guys get around and things like that. It's like, okay, it does matter, but at the end of the day, he is a really good football player, and I think whether he's a decent tackle or you have to kick him in, turns into an all-pro guard, I think that's okay. But we will obviously see what happens. Again, the news of the day, or I guess the news of yesterday that we're reacting to now, Adam Schefter reporting that the Cleveland Browns are looking to select potentially Abdul Carter, that Abdul Carter is shaking up to be a Cleveland Brown, leaving Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders on the board at 3, and we'll see who gets there at number 4. As always, we will be here every single day here on Press Pass with all the latest Patriots news, so make sure you rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. We also have our new membership tiers here on Patriots Press Pass. Rookie starter, all pro, GOAT status. It's all ad-free content, and Taylor is kicking butt with a ton of great film breakdowns. Stephon Diggs is the latest. There's also Travis Hunter breakdowns, not only on offense, but also on defense. So make sure, if you want to check it out, to join the channel here. Again, it's rookie starter, all pro, and GOAT status. We also have AMA mailbags with our members. We will be doing some mock drafts with our members as well. So a ton of exciting stuff here on the channel to check out. So that is that. That is the show. We will see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And we will see y'all very soon. Thanks for watching.
Just wanted to give a quick shout out to our friends over at Prize Picks. If you want to get in on the action with us, head over there. Use code CLNS. You get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.